What's up, guys? My name is Steve Peterson. Welcome to the garage and the channel here. Today we are removing the control arms and a couple other of the suspension components off of the parts Veloster here. And we're doing that so I can make the suspension on the fix and flip Veloster better. Some of you haven't been following along. This is a car I bought back earlier this year. I had some engine issues. I did fix those. It was a broken valve. You can check back on my other videos for that. But this car has 160,000 miles on it. It came from Wisconsin, and the suspension on it is all worn out. So in order to make this car better and ride better so that I can sell it for a little bit more money, I'm going to take some of the suspension components off of the 40,000 mile parts Veloster and switch them over to this car. Well, basically, I'm going to be replacing control arms. I have new front strut assemblies, rear shocks, sway bar links, and a couple other things, maybe the tie rod ends from the other car, things like that, for this car to make it ride better. So here is the 39,000 mile Veloster, the rear-ended one with the salvage title. Again, I bought this car running and driving for parts. It originally had coilovers on it. It had a front strut brace, rear torsion bar, some other things on it. I did sell the coilovers. They were BC Racing coilovers. I sold those already. I sold the front strut brace and the rear torsion bar. So basically I threw on a set of like seized up Mega Racing coilovers on this car just so that I could still drive it around my property, move it in and out of the garage, things like that. Well, now that we are to the point where I've got it up on jack stands and I'm ready to start pulling all of the suspension components off of this car and put them on the fix and flip Veloster, I needed to get the car basically to a situation where it was ready to start stripping this car down. Again, this is a complete parts car. I do not intend to keep this shell or anything, so I'm going to basically strip this car all the way down, pull the engine, and scrap the shell. I'm going to show you how to remove these control arms on the Hyundai Veloster. This is for the turbo and the non-turbo model, but I'm going to show you how to remove those control arms without disassembling anything else. So I have this control arm removed completely. I want to make note that the whole strut assembly is still attached. The whole brake assembly is still attached, and I technically could have left the tie rod end attached as well, but I plan on taking these tie rod ends and putting them on the other car. So I did take the opportunity to pop the tie rod end out as well. But again, I removed the entire control arm on this car with basically a hammer, a couple sockets, and a couple of wrenches. First things first, we're removing the ball joint nut. No jack or anything underneath. We're just cracking this ball joint nut loose. 19 millimeter ratchet wrench works fantastic for this. Once we have that 19 millimeter nut off of the ball joint, we are going to take our small floor jack and center it right underneath the rotor. You're going to jack the control arm assembly up just a little bit, just to take the pressure off, and smack right where the ball joint goes on in the knuckle. Quite a few times with your sledge. You'll see on that last swing the ball joint popped loose. We can now lower our jack, and you'll see here that the ball joint will slide right out of the knuckle. Next, taking a pair of needle nose pliers, you're going to remove the little cotter pin in the castle nut for the tie rod end. Now, you don't need to take the tie rod end out of the knuckle to get the control arm out, but I am going to be transplanting these tie rod ends over to the other car, so I just thought it would be a good idea to disconnect these now, get them out of the way. That is a 17 millimeter socket there going on that castle nut. We're just going to impact that right off. It should come right off. If it does not, sometimes a PB blast or WD-40 will help persuade that come right off. I then thread the castle nut back on to the post and we're going to thread it on to where it's just flush with the top of the bolt, as you can see right there. And I'm going to smack it once or twice with the mini sledgehammer. You'll see, boom, that tie rod end is going to pop right out of the knuckle, no problem. Again, if it's stuck, it doesn't hurt to use a little PB blaster or WD-40 just to persuade it a little bit. But most of the time, I've never really had an issue with the knuckle and the tie rod end popping right out. Next, 17 millimeter on the impact, and this front bolt will come right out of the control arm bushing here. We then move over to the back side. This is, again, a 19 millimeter nut on top, a wrench to hold that nut from spinning, and then on the underside, a 20 millimeter impact on the bolt. You see, when I get here, it's kind of hard to get on camera, but you'll see I just blast that bolt right out, and it drops right out of the control arm. Once this bolt is removed, you can grab the nut from on top so you don't lose it. You can now just wiggle the control arm right out of place. Everything should be loosened up. It should just kind of slide right out. Give it a little wiggle around, and you'll see it pops right out of place.